Hello guys, it's Pipzeka here. Welcome to Top 5 Cheap Good Looking Knives. I'm gonna talk about, from my opinion, which are cheap and good looking knives. Some of them will be pricier, but I still think they are cheap for the looks. So let's go on to the top 5 and then move on to the lower ones, which will be maybe more expensive, but for the looks they will look better. So let's move on to the fifth one. At number 5 spot we have gut knife stock, which isn't the best knife you can get, but for the price it's the cheapest knife you're probably gonna get, so it's perfect for you. And basically why I recommend the gut knives, not for trading because it's hard to trade them, but for the cheapness you should get them. I love the animation in for the gut knife. It looks good in Counter-Blox, so I recommend you getting one. Because you're low on funds, it can go up to 500, which is not a lot for a knife. You will have a knife for 500 bucks in Counter-Blox, which is cheap, definitely cheap. And yeah, only thing I could say, the animation looks good. Other things, yeah, it's a stock knife. It doesn't have any skin on it. And that's pretty much it I can tell you about gut knife. It's not good, it's not perfect, but it is a cheap knife you can get, definitely. So yeah, that was gut knife stock, the most cheap knife you can probably get in Counter-Blox. That's why I recommend it. It has a good animation. That's pretty much it. So let's move on to the fourth list, which is probably a better looking knife. So yeah, let's move on. At number 4 spot we have Butterfly Naval. I like it more than Wetland, but this is basically it. It's not perfect, as could say for all of these knives, but it is what it is. It's a butterfly. If you like animations and butterflies, this is a knife for you. It goes around 1,000, which isn't that expensive. So yeah, if you want a butterfly, this is butterfly for you. Yeah, and that was butterfly Nawal, which isn't the best knife you could get. But if you like butterflies and you want something cheap, like a cheap butterfly, this butterfly is for you. People usually buy them for animations, and if you really like the animations, I recommend buying this butterfly because it's cheap. Because definitely, if you want a good looking butterfly, you will need the funds for it. But this one is cheap. You get the animation, you get the satisfaction of a butterfly. And yeah, let's move on to the third place. At number 3 spot, we have Gut Knife Eggshell, which goes around 800 to 1000 with the demand, but I would buy it. It's one of the best looking gut knives you can probably get, and it's a cheap one. 1,000, yeah, it is kind of pricey, but it just looks good in my opinion because I just love how it looks. I would take this eggshell than other eggshells because this one is my favorite. And yeah, if you want one, you can pay around 800 to 1,000 and you will have one. You'll get the animation, as I said in the fifth one. You get the animation and you get some skin. And this skin is actually pretty good looking. So that was gut knife eggshell, which in my opinion is one of the good looking gut knives. And I really like it. I got it for 350 when it didn't have a demand. Now it goes around 800, so it's a bit pricier, but you can probably get it for that amount. And if you have a lot of reds, this is knife for you. It definitely looks pretty good. So yeah, let's move on to the second best looking knife. At number 2 spot, I would put Karambit Worn. It looks definitely different than other knives. The Warren series aren't looking that good, but a lot of people buy Karambit and I agree with them. It looks different because a lot other Warren knives look very like rusty. This one doesn't look that rusty. It just adds a character to it. it looks a lot better than other worn knives. So I would recommend it. It goes around 1,000, 1,100, somewhere around there, and it's a good looking knife. You should definitely get one. Yeah, and this was Karambit worn, which some people call a cheap ruby. I don't really see it, but definitely the rustiness adds texture to it, and it doesn't look that rusty. It looks more beautiful than rusty because other worn knives are very rusty and ugly in my opinion, but this one hits my eye differently, and that's why you should get it. It's a cheap knife, and a lot of people do like it. At number one spot we have gut knife Cosmo, which is another gut knife, but this is the most expensive knife in the list, and in my opinion the best looking. As you know, all the Cosmos almost have demand. Falchion doesn't have a demand, but it goes for 3,020, and this one goes for 2,300. But for the price, it's very good looking. It has a lot of vibrant colors, and I definitely think this is the best knife and the cheapest knife you can get, and it looks amazing. So yeah, this is it. And yeah, that was Godknife Cosmo. In my opinion, it wins the list for the price and for the looks. It has so much vibrant colors, and a lot of people think it's the best looking Cosmo. I would disagree. I would put it in the third place. And yeah, this is a very beautiful knife. So if you have the funds, get it. It has the base price of two 2,350 bucks, which is kind of expensive, but it definitely looks better than a lot of other knives for those price ranges. And yeah, this was pretty much it. Thanks for watching. Have a nice day. Put a like on the video if you want more videos like these. I was Pip Zeka, and I am out.